Okay, today we're going to look at the spot market for flatbed. We're actually looking at one of my drivers. He's in Texas. Um, he's in Silsbee, Texas on Thursday, getting delivered in the morning. We are going to look for today and tomorrow because Thursday there's not really much posted. So we're going to kind of get an idea of what his next load will be. Um, it, if you know anything about me, you know I like spreadsheets. So we've got a spreadsheet here of Jeff's hitch. This is from leaving home, going to pick up, delivering, going to pick up, delivering, and then he's going to be picking up another one of these. We did a back-to-back, so he's going to be deadheading back to Magnolia today, picking up another one, holding it over Wednesday, and then for a reset, and then delivering um, on on Thursday morning, and so that's where we'll end up being. That's why I've got this. This is his long deadhead to get back there and pick up another load. This is his deadhead miles, so we can kind of put this in here to find out where he's going to be. But that's not really important for this video. We're just kind of looking at what we can do if we start somewhere. So let's just start where Jeff's going to be and see what's available. So here we have, this is the truck stop load board. This is with the Chrome extension load hunter, and it gives us some nice features. So on Thursday, we have a couple of options. We can either go long because he's just had a 34 reset on Wednesday. So we don't want to go short and get him stuck over the weekend and not be able to make any money for his driver wage because he's already had his reset. So this week's kind of screwed up. We didn't mean to do that. We had a load that we couldn't reset over the weekend. So we either go real short or real long. So let's bring this down and look at the short loads if we just fill up Thursday and then pick up a long load on Friday. And we'll sort by rate per mile. So this one here might be a good load. It's only a 60-mile load for $750. Hazmat, nope, not good. I don't have hazmat authority. So which load are we going to take here? Let's see. I like truck stop because they abbreviate the states here, so we can just kind of go down and look at the states. If you kind of know where you want to go, know where the rates are good, you can kind of just look at the states. And so this would be, you know, not the right mileage. It would get us stuck over the weekend, and he'd get a second reset before he needs it. Let's see here, Texas. So Texas has a lot of loads, but they're all. I've not been super impressed with Texas unless you go really long. That could work for a long haul. 1,600 miles definitely takes him over the weekend. We end up in North Dakota, which would be pretty disastrous. Council Bluffs, that's not short enough or far enough. A lot of Texas stuff. Here's a short haul that would accomplish the goal. 6 or 8 foot tarps. This is flatbed freight. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm a flatbed carrier, so that's all I look for. Should be connections. We've worked with them in the past. They're a good brokerage. So down here we get this little calculation thing, and that is part of the Loadboard extension. That doesn't come with truck stop. That's part of the integration with the Loadboard extension. Okay, so let's say this load's good enough for us, and let's hypothetically take this. So we're going to do Texas to Arkansas. Total mileage is 537. Total pay is 1150. We'll put that in a spreadsheet over here. Total pay is 1150. Total miles was 537? Is that what I said? Why can't I remember that? Yeah, 537. Okay, and then we'll just name that real quick. Texas to Arkansas. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to change this and see what's available out of, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to mention, where'd it go? What city? I didn't even look at what city it was in Arkansas. Damn it. Okay. Now we're going to go back here and we're going to put in the city in Arkansas we're going to. And if we're doing short hauls, I'd like to have a real short deadhead, but for once we get there, that will be a Friday morning delivery, and then we'll be looking for something long to fill up his week. And so we can go ahead and look a little longer. We want to make at least $2,000 on something over the weekend. That's actually probably not. And then I'm just going to sort by price because then it gives us the longer stuff first. So here's a Hillsboro, Oregon. That would be a great load. It hits the rate per mile. It's a high revenue load and high mileage load. He would get that delivered Tuesday or Wednesday probably. And one pick, one drop, no tarp. So this would probably work out for us. And let's see here. Let's see if there's anything better. We can't go to California with Jeff's truck. It's an old, it's an older glider, so it's not allowed in California. They frown on nice trucks there. So let's see here. Utah, that's not any better. Ideally, we'd want to keep him down in the hot market, but just because of his reset and everything, we've really screwed up this week. So now we have to go make some revenue at the end of the week. We could go down to Florida. That's a little too short. Jeff would not mind being in Florida over the weekend, so that would not piss him off at all. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else that we can do that is long. So we'll just go ahead and take that easy one for the sake of this video. So what's going on here? Whoa. Okay. That would work out for us. Total mileage was, why does it keep doing that? 2167. Total mileage was 2167. And that includes the deadhead. So, and that would have been Arkansas to Oregon. All right, now, if we put those in, well, let's put those in at the end. So if we want to keep the ball rolling, let's see what's out of Oregon, Hillsboro, Oregon, and it's not going to look pretty. But keep in mind, we did get 233 going to Oregon, so we can give up a little bit coming out of Oregon. We might have to give up more than we want to, though. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's say we want to 900, and we're going to sort by rate per mile. From Oregon, we kind of want to go short one more time. Let's see here. What I might want to do is try to get Jeff home for a day or two. And home is basically Spokane. Let's see here. Kalispell. This always pays well. And sometimes makes sense to deadhead if we deadheaded from Kalispell back to Spokane. Or we just take this one right here, going right to Spokane. I don't know that brokerage. Let's see. They are B rated, so they are a good broker. Lumber. Okay. So that would work. Let's just go ahead and take that one so I don't have to think too much about it. It's $1,100 for 362 for 362, and that puts us at, from starting in Texas on Thursday, that puts us at 236 all in with deadhead. Now if we put that in over here, so, and see where we'd be if we complete the hitch, meaning he left home, if we get him home again, let's see where our hitch would end up at. And here's our hitch numbers. So let's just go ahead and just put that in: 7250 and 3066. So 3066 and 7250. That was with what did I do wrong? There's no way that's true. Okay, that was starting in Texas. All miles. Why is something not right here? I know what it is. Because I removed the miles that we would have had to cover, which would be about 600. Okay, that looks right. So that's what we'd be at the end of the hitch, is 213 a mile. 213 a mile from leaving home, which is Spokane, and making the turn, getting a reset on Wednesday, coming back to Oregon, and I don't know how many days that would be. It'd probably be 10 to 12 days, 14 days, and we'd be at $14,000. That's about right, about $1,000 a day. So let's just move that to 14 days. There we go, right there, $1,000 a day. So that's what we could potentially do. Now you could do much better than that on a rate per mile basis if we stay and don't go west. But in this case, we have to fill up the driver's time. We have to make sure we make revenue over the week. We ended up having a day during the week that we couldn't make revenue, Wednesday, tomorrow, because he's going to be on a reset day because our week was a little bit screwed up. So that's how I think about it. That's how I, dispatch. That's how I, try to keep my trucks making money all the time. I don't get too heavily focused on the rate per mile here, because I understand that what's more important is this revenue and keeping the driver's wage high. If we were to do something that got really high rate per mile, the driver's wage would be really low, and he'd end up, leaving and going somewhere else because he's not making the money that he should be making. Basically he's resetting twice a week, wasting time away from his family that he's also not making money. So this is a pretty good number here. This works. It makes profit for the company. It makes a really good driver salary. So that's something that I think about more than this number. If we want to stay in the South and just look at loads, we can certainly do that. I'll probably make another video just hypothetically, just hopping around the South in the hot market. What can we do? I did a week of that. Both Jeff and I did a week of that where we took, we were freshly reset, and we spent the whole week just hopping around in the South, and the numbers came out really good. But in this particular case, just because where we are in the week, we need to fill up the driver's time. So that's probably what we're going to opt to do, something that looks more like that. So anyway, that's a wrap on this. This is Truck Stop Loadboard. I've got DAT up over here. I pay for both subscriptions. I like to have both of them. But a lot of times DAT is a little easier because we can sort. Just the sorting is a little bit more user friendly. DAT has a very, very nice feature of when you click on a load, down here it brings up the spot market average. Truck Stop kind of attempts to do that, but it's all over the board. They never get it right, and sometimes for the short hauls, it's not listed like right now. Oh no, it is listed right here. Estimate. So this is the estimate, but I don't know where they get this number because it's not correct most of the time. So DAT's average is much better. So anyway, that's the end of what I wanted to show today. Like and subscribe if you guys like this kind of content. Thanks.